Top of the Hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making sure the top of your house is the best it can be. BestBuyMetalRoofing.com.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Right now, it's all systems go for President Biden and his trip to the G20 summit. He's been testing negative since the First Lady came down with COVID earlier this week. Special counsel David Wise could indict Hunter Biden at some point this month. The filing linked to the possession of a gun while using drugs. It also refers to the misdemeanor tax case brought by prosecutors earlier this year. A push in one state to keep the GOP frontrunner Donald Trump off the ballot in 2024. Fox's Kristen Goodwin.
The suit on behalf of 6 Republican and unaffiliated voters claims the former president should be disqualified from another run for violating the 14th Amendment's insurrection clause on January 6, 2021.
The nonprofit Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics suing Colorado to have Trump removed from the ballot. America is listening to Fox News.
The news is sponsored by Lee University, where you can expect something great.
There are a lot of banks, so what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology, mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Hard Eagle and Community Service, that's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. At 7:02, good morning, everyone. Local and state news from the Logan Thompson Law News Desk. We are on Mix 1041, Talk 1013 The Buzz, MixTV.tv, and we're on your phone and mobile devices through the free Mix 1041 app, a free download at mymix1041.com. And a very busy news morning this morning. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office says a man died in a single vehicle crash in Bradley County on Wednesday morning. Happened just before 9 a.m. on Upper River Road. 45-year-old Harold Melton was driving a 1999 red Camaro when he lost control in a curve and struck a tree. First responders pronounced Melton dead at the scene. There were no passengers in the car. The Bradley County's traffic unit and the Tennessee Highway Patrol are investigating the incident. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office also sent out a media release on Wednesday afternoon saying a Bradley County man will spend 19 years behind bars for the murder of a 32-year-old woman. Just over 2 years ago, the body of Carissa Hamby was discovered in a field on Lower River Road. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office conducted an extensive investigation into the death of Hamby and found the cause of Hamby's death was blunt force trauma to the head. Further evidence linked Billy Blasingham as being responsible for Hamby's death. Blasingham was arrested by the Sheriff's Office on a grand jury indictment for first-degree murder April of 2022. On September 5th, that's this week, he pled guilty to second-degree murder in criminal court. He'll serve a 19-year prison sentence with the State Department of Corrections. Also this morning, the Chattanooga Times Free Press and Ben Benton reporting that Cleveland Bradley County Emergency Management Agency and firefighter with the Bradley County Fire and Rescue. Let me back up here, folks. A Bradley County Fire and Rescue Battalion commander is free on bond after a grand jury indicted him on sexual battery charges. Battalion 2 Commander James Clayton Smith, 48 of Cleveland, was released on a $5,000 bond on Sunday, according to jail records. Smith declined to comment on the indictment when contacted Wednesday by the Chattanooga Times Free Press. He has no attorney on record, faces an arraignment Monday in circuit court. Smith, who's been with the department since 2009, has been on leave under the Family and Medical Leave Act since August the 5th. That, according to Bradley County spokesperson Adam Lewis, told the Times Free Press Wednesday in an email. Smith's leave is scheduled to end on September 29th. The charge stems from a Cleveland Police Department investigation. Investigators will not release more information on this case. And Evie West, Cleveland Police, said that investigators cannot release more information or details because of the nature of the case. She did say, told the Times Free Press, quote, "This case does not relate to his employment at the fire department. It occurred outside of his capacity as a firefighter. The indictment does not offer details alleging all right, that may be a misprint there. But anyway, that is the story, and we'll have more details as details become available. Just after 6:30 last night, police attempted to stop a black Nissan Armada on I-75 South near East Brainerd. And Haley Gentry McCord, age 29, arrested and charged with felony evading theft, traffic violations, and more. And she fled. This is actually Tuesday night on I-75. Interstate shut down southbound lanes for 3 hours. According to the Times Free Press this morning, she tried to flee, pulled away, changed lanes, caused another crash involving 5 other vehicles near the Ooltewah exit. Gentry McCord and a passenger in her vehicle were taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and facing numerous charges. Well, we've got a special event. We're partnering up with Local 3 on at our Cleveland Bradley Emergency Management Agency. A big severe weather radio event, Bridget, is going to be today from 4 until 7 o'clock at Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse on Paul Hupp Parkway. Dwayne Williams will be there. Matter of fact, with his weather radio, going to get, well, he doesn't have one.
Well, he needs to get one.
And so do you.
Yes.
But, hey, Fruit Loops, you going to be there for this? Or what? You got something going on? You got revival tonight? What's happening? I can't hear you. You know, can we, and I don't want you. What did he say? I can't understand you. You're suspended. All right, bring your weather radio. It's today, 4 to 7. Lowe's Home Improvement on Paul Hupp Parkway to be programmed. You could also purchase a weather radio. Teams will be there to program it on site. That's at Lowe's. Dwayne Williams live for us with our news partners at Local 3, 407. David Carnes, D. Carnes, will be there. What's the matter? Why don't you hook your mic up?
You didn't hook my mic back up.
What are you talking about?
I don't know how to hook anything
behind
up.
You
somewhere.
Look who you're talking to. I don't know how to hook anything up.
He doesn't know how.
Yeah. I don't even know how to use we have 10 remote controls over here. You think I know how to use any of them? Of course not.
No, you absolutely do not. You yell across the building every time you want to change the channel. That's for sure.
Well, that's what I do at home.
So we'll be programming. We'll be programming like regular radios also.
Yes.
To avoid our station.
Yes. Yes. To every other station.
I think we need to show how to block out 104.1.
Yeah, I agree.
For some people.
Well, look. People do that on their own, and that is fine with us. All right, I appreciate you coming, Emma. Yeah. I'm tired of looking at you. Get out. All right, it's 7:09. Let's get a check of the.
Bye, Austin.
Can you not buy some batteries and get that mic going again? Or get that hamster to pedal the wheel?
Just run across the street to Duracell. I think that would be quicker.
Hello. Hey, Jason Corley over at Duracell. Can you bring Austin some batteries? Batteries over there at Mallory Battery Company across the street. Former Duracell. All right, over to you. Come on.
All right, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there as you make your way in. And as always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ritipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Selwood Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. This traffic report is brought to you by Waste Connections of Cleveland. Waste Connections introduces efficient, state-of-the-art automated curbside service. Find out more by visiting wasteconnections.com/ClevelandTN.
All right, it's time for the Harney's Wake Up Flaky Buttery Goodness. Harney's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast includes The made-from-scratch sausage and egg biscuit, biscuits and gravy, French toast dips, choose two of the same. Mix and match for delicious breakfast variety at a Hardee's near you. You gotta go feed yo happy.
Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast. Hardee's double deals pack double the charbroiled beef and melty cheese. Choose a double cheeseburger or bacon double cheeseburger starting at $2.99. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
You know, Mermaid makes and sells the best mattresses made in America.
Only in America?
Well, I was trying to be humble, but really best in the whole world.
Oh, now it's the whole world.
Well, I'm not sure what the other planets are doing.
During our Labor Day sales event, compare our Mermaid mattresses to the best in the world. And we'll give you a free pillow just for coming in to try our mattresses.
And save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic.
Or $800 on Stearns & Foster. Only at Mermaid Mattress, Chattanooga's best of the best mattress store.
Or maybe the whole universe.
Transform your window project with Cleveland Exteriors. High-quality Viwintech windows built to last a lifetime. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional windows. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at mayfielddairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Mix 1041 is celebrating 30 years of being on air. We are celebrating by giving away 30 prizes over 30 weeks. Presented by TVFCU Mortgage. Register today at mymix1041.com.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Breathe. There is a place where strength, play, community, and belonging meet, where all are welcome, with membership solutions for everyone, regardless of ability to pay. Join the Y now through September 30th and pay no joining fee. The Y, the place for all.
A name and brand that you can trust. Wholesale Supply has been serving the Southeast for over 75 years. Whether you need plumbing, electrical, or HVAC supplies, Wholesale Supply can provide you with the products that you need to complete any job, big or small. Supplying brands such as Kohler, Delta, Rinnai, Progress Lighting, and so many more. With 32 locations across the Southeast, Wholesale Supply is your hometown plumbing, electrical, and HVAC supplier. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us. And remember, Wholesale Supply is open Monday through Friday and open to the public.
I will tell you, though, you got to go to Honey Baked Ham. Now, Marty Sluter and Trish are the owners. Now, Trish did not come out from the back, thank God. But, well, I mean, I'd still be there. But they've got a Caesar salad that is just incredible. No, it's actually a Cobb salad.
I was going to guess your order, and that would have been my guess.
It's a Cobb salad, and I'm very predictable. And so, but they have, you know, the place was packed yesterday. A bunch of listeners there. Good morning, Becky Sheen, Andrea Johnson. They were there. Some other people, I can't remember their names, were there. And, but I tell you, it's great for lunch and dinner. And, you know, Honey Baked Ham caters. So if you've got something coming up, Marty had been out on a bunch of catering deliveries, and everybody loves him. And they tolerate Cruella DeVille. I mean, Trish. So anyway, and I love her. But Honey Baked Ham, man, I tell you, right there in the Target shopping center, very easy and convenient. In and out. You can also call ahead or order online. 7:15. Let's go inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center. Also very convenient is Roger Pickett.
Tempur-Pedic and other national brands are giving special savings for Labor Day. And, of course, you always save when you buy direct from our factory at Mermaid Mattress, your home for better sleep.
For today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 85 and a low of 64 this evening. For tomorrow, partly cloudy again, a high of 85 and a low of 64. Partly cloudy during the morning on Saturday, and then a few scattered thunderstorms during the afternoon with a high of 83. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 69 degrees.
Oh, I'm unprepared.
Of course. This weather forecast is brought to you by PhD Pharmacy, Keith Street near Harrison Pike. Free delivery within a 50-mile radius of Cleveland. Call Gina Mosier Patterson today at 423-614-6650.
7:15, Mix 104.1 birthdays, anniversaries. Call and text those in. 423-614-6499. We're naming Bobby Ludwig's rooster this morning. We got a bunch of candidates. If you have a candidate to name Bobby's new rooster, call or text 423-614-6499. You got to do it here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. We'll see what Dr.
Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
Paula, tell us about how you came to shop at Chattanooga Auto Square.
Well, I was introduced to it from my husband. He purchased his first Range Rover years ago. Then occasionally I'd start asking him if I could start driving it. I would confidently recommend them. I mean, they make you feel like family from the moment you arrive. Being in real estate for like 34 years, you really come to value and appreciate the level of service that Range Rover gives you. Chattanooga Auto Square, luxury lives here.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank account's too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom.
Healthcare is constantly evolving, and the future is here. Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits is the future of healthcare. With its focus on preventative care, personalized attention, and included generic medications, Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits is changing the game. No more long wait times, rushed appointments, or outrageous medication costs. Join the healthcare revolution today and discover why Direct Primary Care Associates with Pharmacy Benefits is the future of healthcare. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable health care for all.
We are Mix 104.1. Good morning to all of you on what is a Thursday morning. Bridget, tomorrow morning will be at Walker Valley High School.
That's right. It is football Friday morning, driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. Of course, they'll be hosting Bradley Central tomorrow night. So we'll be there tomorrow morning on the campus of Walker Valley, talking with coaches, players, cheerleaders, students, teachers, and everyone there at Walker Valley High School. So we are looking forward to that broadcast here on Mix 104.1 and MixTV.tv tomorrow morning.
Yeah, triple coverage. Hey, get your tickets early at the Town Squire for tomorrow night's huge game. Number 1 state-ranked Bradley Central High School at number 9 state-ranked Walker Valley. Of course, they're in 2 different classifications, but 6A and 5A are going to be a huge night. Cleveland, by the way, in Knoxville, they'll take on Knoxville Farragut tomorrow night, 7 o'clock kick here, Mix 104.1, and our other platforms, including the app, tomorrow night. Let's get a quick check, Bridget, of our Simmons Bank celebration list. What do you got?
Happy birthday to Kent Smith at Ocoee Middle School today. Hope
Uncle
he has
Kenny.
a great day today.
There we go.
Also, Ted Bryson.
My son calls him Chuck Norris, by the way, because he looks like Chuck Norris.
Ted Bryson is having a birthday today.
Teddy!
His wife sent that in to us. She says he's a wonderful husband and proud Bradley County School Board member.
Yes, he is. I love Teddy Bryson.
Also, Mary Nolan is having a birthday today. Her niece sent that in to us. And then Kathy Eaton is having a birthday today. Not Zandra's sister, but this Kathy is a kindergarten teacher at Michigan Avenue, and that is from her kindergarten team.
Wow, and but she's a Kathy with a C, is that
That's
correct?
Right, yes.
The other Kathy's Kathy with a K, and she's retired.
Right, that's correct.
Or she acted like she was retired for 20 years. But whatever. No. Zandra's coming in, by the way,
Yay.
so we'll try to have Dr. LeSar in and out so he doesn't have to deal with her.
Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Sell with Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. At Simmons Bank, they are with you every step of the way. Call Can Do, 423-381-3427.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. A quick check of the news here. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office says a man died in a single vehicle crash in Bradley County, Upper River Road, Wednesday morning. Yesterday, about 9 a.m., 45-year-old Harold Melton was driving a 1999 red Camaro. He lost control in a curve and struck a tree. He was the only one in the vehicle, and investigation continues. A Bradley County man will spend 19 years behind bars of the murder of a 32-year-old woman. It happened just over 2 years ago. Carissa Hamby's body discovered in a field on Lower River Road. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office says that evidence linked the crime to Billy Blassingham, who was arrested by the Sheriff's Office and then on September 5th pled guilty, September 5th being this week, pled guilty to second-degree murder in criminal court, 19-year prison sentence. And then the Chattanooga Times Free Press reports this morning a Bradley County Fire and Rescue Battalion commander free on bond after a grand jury indicted him on sexual battery charges. Battalion 2 Commander James Clayton Smith, age 48, of Cleveland, released on a $5,000 bond on Sunday. We'll have more on that at the top of the hour. That according to the Chattanooga Times Free Press this morning. And we're partnering with our friends at Local 3 later today at Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse on Paula Parkway. It's a big, and as well as emergency management, we're gonna have weather radios available to you. You can purchase them. They can be programmed by the team there. Dwayne Williams live for us, Mix 1041 at Lowe's. 4 until 7 today with our friends. David Carnes will be out there, Local 3. David's, of course, a licensed minister, so we may have him, you know what, he could just marry people out there or just perform all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
Be all right. All right. Here, back with Dr. Chris LeSar in about 7 seconds. This news update brought to you by Cleveland Plywood Company, 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland.
Yes, he does.
Mix 1041. Good morning, everyone. Well, one of our favorites, Dr. Chris LeSar with Vascular Institute. Doctor, how are you, buddy?
Steve, doing great today. You know, I just love the energy that you guys bring. It's just amazing. I'm sure a breath of fresh air for all the listeners.
You're the only one who's ever said that, and I know you're being nice. What are you running for?
Absolutely. No politics. I am not a politician. I am just a doctor, and I love what I do.
He and his wife, Tracy, are just nice people. That's all it is. Well, Doc, I want to get right into it because there's this issue, and we've talked about it for the last several years, but it's a great time to bring awareness. September is PAD, Peripheral Artery Disease Awareness Month. What is that?
What is it? A lot of people don't really know what it is. I think if I said it was hardening of the arteries, people would say, "Oh yeah, my grandfather had something like that or a problem like that." And it's really when people have difficulty with walking. So one of the strongest things that you can do for yourself to be is physically active. And if you can physically walk, then you can stay healthy and keep your heart going, your lungs going, your circulation going. But if you can't walk, that becomes a problem. And people tend to develop more problems if they're not able to be physically active and walk. So PAD is a buildup of blockage in the arteries where you start to have pain in your lower legs. Some of the other symptoms are if you have loose sensation in the legs, or if you have an open sore that doesn't heal, or if you have weakness when walking. So we call that flow, F-L-O-W, feeling of pain, loss of sensation, open sores, weakness when walking. So if you have a flow problem, you might actually have a PAD or circulation problem.
And of course, Dr. Chris LeSar at the Vascular Institute. And I mean, just basically cut to the headline here, but you guys can really help people, can't you?
We do. I mean, that's part of what I do every day. I'm a circulation doctor, so I fix arteries and veins all day long. The main thing is, we have a population that is at high risk in this region. And so people that are smokers or diabetes is uncontrolled, high blood pressure uncontrolled, or physically inactive, and high cholesterol uncontrolled. Those 5 things can lead to the development of PAD. And so we think that about 22 million Americans have PAD. That's about 1 out of 12. Okay, it's more prevalent in this area. And if you're a diabetic smoker, you have a 30 times higher chance of having PAD and problems.
Joined by Dr. Chris LeSar with the Vascular Institute. So what if it's not treated? What if it's left untreated?
Well, if we catch it early, if we define that you have, do a simple test called an ABI test where we check your blood pressure in your arm, compare it to your leg, and if it's normal, then we're safe. If it's abnormal, you might have PAD. And in that patient, I would say, I want to be on top of their cholesterol. I want to be on top of their diabetes. I want to talk to them about smoking and why we need to stop. And if we can get these things under control early, then you don't have to come and visit a doctor like me, where I have to fix the plumbing and actually have to take arteries apart, put them back together to prevent strokes. We do that all the time. We fix aneurysm disease. This is all related to artery disease. And so I'm the one doctor you never really want to see.
Well, just on a professional basis.
Of course.
Dr. Chris LeSar joins us with the Vascular Institute, of course, right here in Cleveland, really right around the corner from us. Tell me about these. Are they called cliff fighters?
It's called CLI fighters.
CLI fighters.
Yeah, so critical limb insufficiency or critical limb disease is where that PAD gets out of control. And so if you have such low blood flow to your leg or foot and develop a wound or a sore or even gangrene of a toe, then you are at high risk. So if someone developed that CLI problem, in 1 year's time, half of them will still be alive and have both legs. One of those people will have lost their legs, and the other person will have lost their life. So 25% lose their legs, 25% lose their life. And so, again, if I can find these patients, this is what we do. We do artery disease all day long. I want to find it early, talk about how to walk, how to stay healthy, and empower people how to prevent this CLI problem. If we do have that CLI, we can go inside and fix people's legs and try to save them from an amputation. And that's from the Civil War till now, we still have a high rate of amputation in the South. The South is actually the highest rate of amputation in the entire country. And it has to do with our diet, our diabetes, and our smoking, and our inactivity. And so, we think that about 25% of adults in this area are not active. We think about 25% of adults in this area don't have a primary care doctor. You got to change the oil. You got to rotate the tires. You got to take care of the car, or the car falls apart. And so getting a primary care doctor is absolutely critical. These are the things you got to do to kind of stay away from having to have surgery by me.
We're joined by Dr. Chris LeSar, Vascular Institute, and talking about amputation. No more, K-N-O-W, more, but then no more amputation.
Right.
You're telling people, what do you tell them if they are advised to have an amputation?
So I think that there's different doctors that have different levels of knowledge of how to prevent amputation. And so in my specialty, I've really taken this on as a challenge over the last couple of years to develop an amputation prevention center. And so that's what VIC is. We strive to prevent amputations. And so far, year on year, we save about 95% of people from limb loss if we can get to them early and fix their problem. Otherwise, you lose a leg, and once you lose your leg, your ability to walk is decreased, costs go up, you lose your job. There's so many different things that can happen. So we know that if they lose their leg, their mortality rate goes up. They die sooner. So what we want to do is try to prevent that. Keep people with both legs, keep people walking, and then manage their disease process to really kind of help them live the best life they can.
Joined by Dr. Chris LeSar. This is September is PAD, Peripheral Artery Disease Awareness Month. I've got some stats here, and thank you so much to Tracy LeSar, our friend, our dear friend, of course, the much better half of Dr. Chris LeSar. She sent us some stats. 9.7 million adults have undiagnosed diabetes.
So think about it this way. About 30 million Americans have diabetes. That's 1 out of 10 adult Americans have diabetes. And we still think that another 10 million are running around without knowing they have diabetes. So if that's happening, your arteries are being destroyed. And we live as long as our arteries are alive. So my impression is that we live to about 129 if everything goes perfect.
129?
Yeah. When you start adding age and years smoking, that's where you are in that time frame. And if you have uncontrolled diabetes, that adds to the damage to the arteries. Hypertension, same kind of thing. So diabetes is a major issue. One of the other interesting stats is about 25% of adults in America, in this region, have high cholesterol levels, LDL cholesterol. And we know that that is linked to early death and myocardial infarction. So 1 out of 2 men die from heart disease. 1 out of 3 women die from heart disease. That's the #1 killer for men and women. And it has to do with not managing these risk factors. If we get better at managing these risk factors, we can live longer, live healthier, and die from other things than early death from heart disease.
Dr. Chris LeSar, and I want to go back to the beginning because we've crossed a half hour, so we probably have some new people listening. And now, Doc, here, that they'll give us about, they'll hear me talking 10 seconds. It's over. They flip the channel, whatever. But no kidding. Go back to the beginning. What can people do to avoid it? What do they need to do, Doc?
So the main thing is first recognize that you have a problem. It is not normal to have difficulty with walking, weakness with walking, or pain with walking. If you have that, see your primary care doctor, see your urgent care, go see your podiatrist, come see us at Vic. We can help figure out and diagnose that issue. If you can stay physically active, then manage your disease process that you have. If you have high cholesterol, first of all, you got to know it. So you got to see your primary care doctor to determine it. But manage your cholesterol, manage your blood pressure, and then manage your diabetes. If those things are out of control, your body's slowly being destroyed by the arteries. The arteries are slowly being destroyed, and then you'll have the consequence of stroke, heart attack, and limb loss.
All right, so Dr. Chris LeSar, how can we get more information about Vascular Institute?
Vascular Institute of Chattanooga.com. Yep, VIC. That's where we started, and we've been in Cleveland now for, I think, about 5-6 years. Yep. And we love being here. It's great to be part of the community.
Well, and we're so glad to have you in your location right over here, really at exit 27, right here. What do you tell people, by Longhorn? Or?
Right by Longhorn. Exactly right. You say Longhorn, they know exactly where we are. And so come visit us and then swing by Longhorn and patronize them too. So
I understand. Doc, thank you so much. Hello to my friend Tracy and your entire team. You got a great team, buddy. You really do.
We love what we do, Steve. Thanks.
I can tell. Thank you, Doc. Our dear friend, Dr. Chris LeSar. And I tell you, Bridget, we're going to be offering these. There's so much information here that Tracy has sent us and Dr. LeSar, that we're going to be offering these on our social media platforms throughout the month. We'll do this several times a week. We'll post these. I'm sitting here reading this stuff, and it's fascinating. Yeah, why don't you make a note of that? That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? So it saved me a meeting, by the way. That's very nice. All right, I tell you what, we're going to transition here a little bit. 7:33. We're going to come back, and when we do, we've got sports on the way, and Zandra Welsh. I tried to get Dr. LeSar out of here before I had to deal with Zandra.
I know.
But she's coming in with ATS The Bridge and talking about a huge night tomorrow night. ATS The Bridge, which is our, I'm proudly on the board of directors there, but anti-addiction. Started out with opioids, now it's in other areas. She'll tell you all about that. But big night, we're sponsoring the Bradley Walker Valley game tomorrow night with Wright Brothers Construction, the group founded by Steve Wright, chaired by Dr. Dwayne Thompson, because everybody else said no. Well, that's not.
No,
anyway,
that's not true.
No, I love Dwayne. But anyway, so that's all tomorrow night at the big game. Zandra's going to tell us more about it.
Looking for the Hey, listeners, there's a new buzz Tuesdays at noon. The voice of We the People. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
The summer sales event is on at Cleveland Ford, and I'm here to tell you the car business is back. Cleveland Ford's inventory is back with over 100 new Fords in stock. Discounts are back, so prices are down, interest rates are down, and rebates are up. In addition to all that, Cleveland Ford has up to $2,000 in trade assistance cash available that you can use as a down payment or to pay off your trade. So hurry into Cleveland Ford today, because with all they've got going on, now is the time to buy.
Peyton Southeastern is hiring. You have the potential to earn over $21 an hour with new progressive pay rates, a $2 night shift premium, plus you're eligible to earn a $5,000 stay bonus. Peyton's in Cleveland has open interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. and then from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast bake goodness into your morning. Choose a biscuit with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or French toast tips. Any two, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one. And there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great. And their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Mix 104.1 and Honda Cleveland are giving one deserving firefighter in our area a chance to win a 2023 Honda Civic. Nominate your favorite firefighter today at mymix1041.com.
Mix Highway Patrol report. Bridget, over to you.
Yeah, that's right. Crews are working an accident on the Interstate I-75 at southbound at White Oak Mountain. 3 cars involved, and it's going to be in the left lane there. So, of course, it is causing some backups there on the Interstate I-75 at southbound. If you're headed toward Chattanooga this morning, expect delays all the way back to exit 20 at this point. So the accident is on White Oak Mountain, I-75 at southbound. 3 cars involved in the left-hand lane. So expect delays I-75 southbound.
All right, let's get a check of the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center, and we're so glad to have Doppler Debbie in the studio, who told me off the air that Bridget does a terrible job with the weather.
Now, why do you lie? The fruits of the Spirit are not evident today.
That's right.
I tried to get Chris LeSar out of here where he wouldn't have to deal with you. And my God, you're following him into the lobby. Tell him all about yourself.
And no, you just don't even.
The mic. It looks ridiculous.
You just don't even tell the truth.
No, Bridget. She followed him into the lobby. I thought you were going to follow him in the parking lot.
If you had stood up and watched, he came back to me.
Well, they didn't have a choice. Hey, let me tell you some more about myself. Good God Almighty. I mean, how embarrassing is that?
You need Jesus this morning.
I really do. I agree with you.
You really do.
I agree. All right, Mermaid Mattress Weather Center. Speaking of needing Jesus, here's Roger Pickett.
Get a complete queen-size adjustable bed with a Lindsay Line memory foam mattress for only $999 during the Mermaid Mattress Labor Day sales event going on now.
Good Lord. Say what you're talking about earlier if you'd like. All right, over to you.
For today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 85 and a low of 64. Partly cloudy again tomorrow, a high of 85 and a low of 64. And then on Saturday, partly cloudy early in the day and then scattered thunderstorms during the afternoon with a high of 83. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 69 degrees.
Aubrey's of Cleveland offers some of the most fresh and delicious foods in East Tennessee. Stop in tonight for dinner or order online at aubreysrestaurant.com. Click the Cleveland location and order there.
The CHI Memorial Sports Desk, CHI Memorial, Hello Human Kindness, sports sponsored in part by the Town Squire. Don't forget, the Town Squire has your tickets for Bradley, number 1, Bradley Central, number 9, Walker Valley, tomorrow night, kickoff 7 o'clock. Get them early at the shop that appreciates the customer. Did you know the Town Squire has tux rentals? Yes, they do. Weddings, proms, special occasions. Come in and check out their tux department. The Town Squire has been offering tuxedo rentals Cardinals for over 4 decades. Pick out a traditional style or a fashion trending tux in slim or ultra slim fit. They have it all. They have the latest colors and styles to fulfill your rental needs for formal attire. They offer t-shirts to tuxedos at the Town Squire since 1977 to fulfill your clothing needs. The Town Squire, Stewart Park Plaza, Keith Street, Cleveland, Tennessee, is the shop that appreciates the customer. All right, let's go into the sports report. Cardinals over the Braves. Cardinals defeated the Braves 11-6 last night. A play again tonight, 7:20 right here, Mix 104.1, driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. At the U.S. Open, American Madison Keys advanced to the semifinals. She'll play Sabalenka. And then on the men's side, Carlos Alcaraz, the #1 seed, heading to the semis. Easy victory last night. He'll play Medvedev, who won. He'll play in a semi. And then Coco Gauff plays in a semifinal tonight, 7 o'clock. Opposite, well, the 2023 NFL season kickoff tonight. The Lions at the Chiefs. The Lions have a lot of preseason hype. We'll see. 8:20 NBC and Talk 101.3 The Buzz and the Mix 104.1 app again this year. Bridget will be carrying the Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night games between our stations.
That's right. Yes, very exciting.
Thursday and Monday, Talk 101.3 The Buzz and the app. And then Sunday night football here, Mix 104.1 this Sunday night. The New York Football Giants at the it's actually the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Football Giants. Bradley Central High School at Walker Valley tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Triple coverage. Talk 101.3 The Buzz, 99.1 FM, and MixTV.tv. So we'll have triple coverage of that. Get your tickets early at the Town Squire, the Monogram Market, and Gobbles Automotive. Bradley, the #1 team in the state in the latest AP poll. Walker Valley, Bradley's in 6A. Walker Valley in 5A, #9. So we'll get ready with that. Cleveland at Knoxville Farragut tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here. Mix 104.1 and the Mix app. Hardy's Friday Night Blitz with Andy Jenkins. Is Ryan coming in tomorrow? Do we know? Ryan Lovelace, does he still work here?
He does when he can. He's busy.
All that taking place. Bobby Ludwig, your Edward Jones financial advisor, is on the line. Bobby, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Say hi to Zandra. She's here.
Zandra, good morning.
Good morning, Bobby. It's great to hear a nice voice in the mornings.
It is, too, likewise. You and Bridget do so well.
Yes.
Sorry, Steve.
Almost like I've stepped into some kind of lame support group. I mean, you people, honestly, a bunch of victims, obviously. All right, so, Bobby, we've had some people now, and we're going to let you decide, who have suggested names for, is it a rooster or what is it?
It's a rooster, Steve. Yes.
So we've got a new rooster.
You don't know yeah, we got a new rooster and a couple hens too.
I got 2 hens. Maybe we'll do 3 winners. Anyway, we have, and I need Zandra to get. So we're naming the rooster. No, we'll just stick with the rooster.
That's right.
We'll do the hens another time.
I've got a name for the hen.
Creative names.
So we've had the listeners weigh in. Bridget, what do you got?
Okay, we have Diane Orr said King. And
hang on, I'm going to write these down.
King.
You said what? King?
Yeah, we need to get
King.
a list so I can. I'm going to let the girls judge too and pick one out.
Okay, so we have the first candidate is King Rooster.
And then Alexio Pranuk, he said Eddie.
Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie, yeah.
Let's see. Mary Helen said Cogburn.
Cogburn?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a nod to Charlie Cogdill?
I don't know.
Cogburn? What is that?
I'm not sure.
All right, go ahead.
Michael Truelove says, call it Heartline because they're both cocky. I'll vote for that one.
Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my. That's pretty good, Michael. Hey, Michael, I'm giving you a prize anyway, buddy. I don't care if Bobby picks your name or not.
That's right.
Justin Humbird says Rusty the Rooster.
That's stupid.
It's not stupid. Someone named Aaron says Cluck Norris.
Yeah, I like Cluck Norris. I heard about that.
That's pretty good.
Estrella Collins says Bob.
Come on.
And then I believe this is the last one we have. The Miller family says Colonel Sanders.
That's pretty good. All right.
So we've got some good options there.
Zandra, what about you? Do you have a name for it?
Well, for the rooster, I would say Crow. Just name him Crow, you know? Crow, you know? I do have a couple of
Maybe
names.
you can come back when you have more time. Anyway, that's fine. I mean, that's okay.
I mean, you put me on the spot. I wasn't prepared, but hey.
Kathy Eaton has a birthday today. Did you know that?
I know, but it's the Kathy with the C.
You know
Happy
her?
birthday. I do not.
Michigan Avenue?
I don't know her. I'm going to have to go when we're there and say, hi, Kathy Eaton.
All right.
That's
glad
my
I
sister.
stopped the broadcast for that. All right.
Thank you. Thank
Zandra,
you.
Zandra, what's your hen name?
Oh, Florine. Listen, me and Bridget send memes to each other, little reels, all night long. We send 10 at a time.
God
and
almighty.
they have some on there.
Why she can't get any work done?
Well, listen, I just watched one last night, and the hen's name was Florine. She was talking, and I probably watched it 10 times. That's hilarious.
I mean, folks, here's what's happening with this world. I mean, these people got nothing to do.
I need a life.
Really?
I don't sleep a lot, so.
All right, well, we can tell.
I'm talking to Florine.
Bobby, King, Eddie, Cogburn, Heartline, Rusty, Cluck Norris. See, that'd be my leader in the clubhouse. Bob,
Cluck Norris.
Colonel Sanders, Crow, and then throw a Florine in there.
That's for the female. That's for the hen.
That's for the hen.
Bridget, do you have an idea?
I really like the Heartline.
Just making that up. Hey, Fruit Loops, is your mic hooked up?
I will just. Oh, that was very creative, but I can guarantee you they're not going to pick that because they don't want to be reminded of Steve Heartline every morning.
Well, who would?
Yeah. So, hey, Steve, I got a market report too.
No, wait. So wait. No, wait a second. You're not going to pick a name?
Well, I want to let the girls pick the names. Let's get a few more choices.
Well, where are the girls?
Announce it on Monday. We'll announce it on Monday. How's that?
Oh, yeah, that's
so
good. Now, see,
get some more names in. Get some more names
in. You've learned something about promo. That's nice. That's good. Okay, so we'll announce it Monday morning.
That's right.
Well, so I tell you what. Here's what that means. We give people more time to cast their votes. If you want to name Bobby's rooster, which 423-614-6499, call or text. And you got this from Lindsay Bell, which Bridget and I arranged, and we're waiting for some commission or something.
Like I said, she was gracious enough to give us a rooster. So 0 on 0 is still 0. So
we're used to that. What?
It's Lindsay's wedding anniversary today.
Lindsay Bell?
Mm-hmm. She sent me a nice
happy anniversary, Lindsay.
Happy anniversary, Lindsay. It's also, I'm being told it's Kent Smith's birthday at the Ocoee Medal, who my son calls Chuck Norris. We'll start calling him Cluck Norris. So I like that one. I mean, why in the world would we not go with that? Anyway, don't say it, Bobby. I agree with you. Let's wait till Monday. That's good. We'll keep them dialed in here.
Let's get some more people weighing in on some rooster names.
But see, we're asking this audience for any measure of creativity. Which if you met these people, you'd understand. I mean, for them to have any original idea would be the most challenging they've ever done. The brain cells just aren't there, as you know, Bobby. As you've told me many times about this audience.
I wasn't sure if he's talking about.
I think you volunteer that information.
All right, let's go. Back over to you. Come on.
Hey, markets were down yesterday. The Dow up 198 points to close at 34,443. The S&P down 31 to close at 4,465, and the Nasdaq off 148 points to close at 13,872. So markets were lower, yesterday amidst this whole chicken naming game, that we're playing. So there is still life going on out there. Back to you guys in the studio.
Something. All right, Bobby Ludwig, Edward Jones, financial advisor. How can people reach you?
Give us a call for all your investment, retirement, and life insurance needs, 473-2215. Again, 473-2215, or stop by and see me at 2060 North Ocoee, right by the old Liner gas station.
So you're going to get the family together. You will decide on by Monday morning. Is that right?
Yep. We'll get choices. Bridget, if you send me a list tomorrow, we'll talk about it over the weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
make a decision and announce the winner on Monday. How's that, Steve?
Oh, man, this is going to be big time. I mean, this is going to be huge.
It's building suspense.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We finally learned something after all these years. Okay, thanks. Bye. All right, Zandra's here officially, and ATS The Bridge, Wright Brothers Construction, sponsoring tomorrow night's Bradley-Walker Valley collision at Walker Valley. Tell us about what's happening here. I know there's a lot going on.
Yes, so tomorrow night is a game that we selected back in the spring to sponsor a big, huge game in our community, as we know. And we are going to release our new campaign slogan for the year for our students and our community. And this year it's Stand Up, and we have some amazing kids, students I should say, that have jumped on board with us. And we made an awesome video again using about 25 students from all 3 local high schools. And you've previewed it.
I did, yeah.
And we made a couple of changes yesterday.
I sent it to Steven Spielberg.
Did you?
I've got him on text. Whereas you send each other, what do you call them, reels?
Reels, yeah.
I sent Spielberg the video. He approved it.
He did? Okay,
he had
great.
one minor change. But
yes, but it is, it's our students in our community encouraging everyone in our community to jump on board with them and stand up. Let's make a difference, and talking about some issues that our kids face, which one of the biggest things right now, as we all know, is fentanyl and overdoses. And but we also jump and talk a little bit, a lot actually, about vaping and the vaping THC and nicotine in our it's big in our schools. It's big statewide. It's big nationwide. So we talk a little bit about that, but, you know, the best thing about all this is that not everybody is doing it, but it is a big issue in our school. We have a great visual in this video of 85 pounds of confiscated vapes throughout both of our school systems. So when you think about that, we were able to line those up from end zone to end zone at Walker Valley for this video, and we still had some left over. And as these kids were lining them up, we had them gloved. Everything was perfect, you know. They wanted to help. They were really shocked that this really goes on, and it does. And it's an issue with addiction. Addiction starts early, especially when they start vaping. But we're here for awareness and prevention, and that's what we're about, and we're in there with the kids, and this video empowers them to take a stand, and let's hear what they have to say. That's what we do. So
this will be tomorrow night at the Bradley Walker Valley Games, is that right?
It sure will. And we're going to do a couple of things about 6:30 on the field, so get there early. But the best thing about it is when we do things at Wright Brothers and ATS The Bridge, we do them big. And we have so many people helping us from Wright Brothers. We're going to have a big dump truck, and we've got it ready to go, and you're going to be surprised at what it looks like.
Well,
I think even Steve Wright's going to be surprised, because I don't know that Mark Touchstone told him what he did.
Really? So. Well, and I thought it was a nice touch that you have filled the dump truck with $100 bills.
Oh, yeah.
And,
of course, I
so
did not.
We're going to play the old Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're going to just and we're going to make it rain.
Now, you need to start telling the truth, because none of that is true right there. But we do have tons of giveaways.
Hey, hang on a second. I just got a text. Sarah Ford. Hey, Bridget, write this one down.
Okay.
Hey, Sarah, you should name the chicken Tough Nuggies.
Okay. Tough Nuggies.
That's pretty good. So we'll add that one in. I still like Cluck Norris leading the club.
That is a good one.
That's nice, Sarah. Of course, she said go dogs.
But anyway,
back over to you.
Tomorrow we have lots of giveaways, T-shirts, swag. We have our sheriff's department. We have representatives from juvenile court. Our DA's office, we have school officials, we have board members, county commissioners. We have everybody there helping us spread the word and being a part, just showing it's just a collaboration of all of us coming together and taking a stand.
Pretty late for some of the county commissioners. Hope they can stay awake.
I hope so, too. Well, we're getting them there before sundown.
Okay,
so.
good.
Yes, we are.
Tomorrow night, and we're all going to be there, triple coverage tomorrow night, mixtv.tv, and this Future Star saying, I'm getting a lot of comments, you know, it's a feature we're doing during the football games. Hey, Fruit Loops, you ever fix your microphone?
You probably need some new equipment,
It's
Steve.
just
Oh, wait, that's touchy. I think y'all just got some, didn't you? What you...
We need some new equipment?
Can we zoom in on this look on his face?
Well, let me.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I have to go home.
Yeah, I've got to go home at this
Wait,
point.
now listen. Take a deep breath and pause.
I know. Trust me, I practice that all the time around here. Hey, but no kidding. How can people get more information about ATS The Bridge? And before that, I had a gentleman. I will not call his name, and I'm dead serious right now. But a man called me crying last week.
Oh, wow.
If I call his name, everybody would know him. And he had a friend, and it may have been an employee, whose son took a pill in Cleveland, laced with fentanyl, and died.
Listen.
Okay? So, and so get rid, ladies and gentlemen, get rid of your preconceived notions, Zandra, as we know, as you know better than really anybody in this community.
Yes.
Get rid of your preconceived notions about who's doing this.
Exactly.
Just going into these meetings, I guess we've done it 7 or 8 years now. Look, this man who called me, I guess it was, I texted you, it was last week, called me crying, which I didn't know he was capable of, quite frankly. You'd all know him. And then he started screaming, saying, what can we do?
Exactly. And I tell you, we spend a lot of time training and educating. We don't just get information off the internet. We learn from the experts. And right now, last year when I was coming in and we were talking about this, statistically, nationwide, 4 out of 10 illicit pills were laced with fentanyl. Now we are up to 7 out of 10 illicit pills are laced with fentanyl. And when we do an education in our schools and in our community, we remind them, one pill can kill. And it can, and you never know if it's that pill. And, of course, we want to encourage our kids not to do anything that you don't get from a prescription bottle that doesn't have your name on it, because you just don't know. And the experts are telling us, it's so hard to tell what is a true pill and what is one that's from a pill mill that could be laced with anything. And it's real, and it's in our community, and it's there. And, our goal is awareness and prevention, and to protect our next generation from going down this road. That is our mission, and we work hard, to spread the facts and to bring awareness. And these kids, it's the good thing about some of this, when we talk to these students, some of them can't even say fentanyl or don't even know what an opioid is. And that can be good and that can be bad. So at that point, we really do start the education and make sure we let them know. But we also love it because, yes, it is in our community, but still not everybody's doing it. And we've got some great students, and we are really empowering them to stand up.
How can we get more information about ATS The Bridge?
So, back to that. You can get more information by going on our website, atsthebridge.org. We are on all social media outlets, ATS The Bridge. And, of course, you can always call me or Jared, and you can reach us at 423-596-9159.
And a bunch of schools going to be hearing the message this school year. All right, and so you're ready for tomorrow night, and it's going to be, we're all ready. It's going to be huge.
We are ready. We're getting things together. My sister Andrea, we've got her on board, so she's with me all day today helping us prepare. And let me just add this too. We are so excited that we are now in McMinn County too, and that's right, wide open this year, as well as Polk County. So we're doing our best.
All right. Zandra, thanks.
Thank you.
We have U.S. Senator Bill Hagerty coming up. Also, the First Baptist people here. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be getting them in, and a lot of news, so a lot going on a minute before 8 a.m. Mix 104.1.
When most people think of plumbing...
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
Attention shoppers, learn more about our Picky Promise.
This produce looks amazing, and it smells so fresh. Food City is as picky about produce as I am, and that's hard to do. But they make it look easy with their Picky Promise. If it's ever not fresh, they'll replace it.
That's cool. And I thought their helpful certified butchers were the coolest thing about this place.
It's all here.
Nobody does food like Food City.
This is John Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway, and we will overpay for your old car today. High mileage, cosmetic issues, that's okay. Rusted, busted, can't be trusted, all trade-ins are welcome. Just bring us your old car as is. Don't even wash it. You'll be shocked of how much I'm willing to pay for your old car in any condition. Come see me, John Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee, where selling your car is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for calling Logan Thompson. This is Ashley.
You get a yearly checkup. Shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
You know, Mermaid makes and sells the best mattresses made in America.
Only in America?
Well, I was trying to be humble, but really best in the whole world.
Oh, now it's the whole world.
Well, I'm not sure what the other planets are doing.
During our Labor Day sales event, compare our Mermaid mattresses to the best in the world. And we'll give you a free pillow just for coming in to try our mattresses.
And save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic.
Or $800 on Stearns & Foster. Only at Mermaid Mattress, Chattanooga's best of the best mattress store.
Or maybe the whole universe.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com, proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Mix 1041 is celebrating 30 years of being on air. We are celebrating by giving away 30 prizes over 30 weeks. Presented by TVFCU Mortgage. Register today at mymix1041.com.
All right, traffic and weather together. Let's go inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center, 802.
Now is the time to take advantage of 5 years interest-free financing when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic mattress set from this area's original Tempur-Pedic dealer, Mermaid Mattress.
All right, for today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 86 and a low of 65 this evening. For tomorrow, partly cloudy again, a high of 86 and a low of 65. And then partly cloudy during the morning on Saturday, and then a 40% chance of scattered thunderstorms during the afternoon with a high of 83. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 69 degrees. By the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Doctors Ken and Brian Beard. Call them at 423-476-6541 or visit centerforcosmeticdentistry.com.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland Studios, this is Mix 1041 WCLE, Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens. Download the free Mix 1041 app at MyMix1041. Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland Studios, this is Talk 1013 The Buzz, WCLE, HD2 and 1013 FM, W267BI Cleveland.
Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. It's 1041 Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Local and state news from the Logan Thompson Law News Desk. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office is reporting this morning that a man died in a single vehicle crash in Bradley County. It happened Wednesday morning around 9 o'clock on Upper River Road. 45-year-old Harold Melton driving a 1999 red Camaro when he lost control in a curve and struck a tree. First responders pronounced Melton dead at the scene. There were no passengers in the car. The investigation continues. Also, the sheriff's office says a Bradley County man will spend 19 years behind bars for the murder of a 32-year-old woman. And it happened just over 2 years ago. The body of Carissa Hamby discovered in a field on Lower River Road. The evidence linked her death to Billy Blasingham as being responsible. He was arrested in April of 2022, but then earlier this week on Tuesday, he pled guilty to second-degree murder in criminal court and will have a 19-year prison sentence. And the Chattanooga Times Free Press reports this morning a Bradley County Fire and Rescue Battalion commander is free on bond after a grand jury indicted him on sexual battery charges. But Battalion 2 Commander James Clayton Smith, age 48, of Cleveland, was released on a $5,000 bond Sunday, and he declined to comment to Ben Benton with the Chattanooga Times Free Press when contacted and has no attorney on record. Now, Evie West, Cleveland Police Department spokeswoman, says, quote, "This case does not relate to his employment at the fire department." She said it occurred outside of his capacity as a firefighter, end quote. And finally, join us live at Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse later today from 4 until 7. It's a big severe weather radio event with Chief Meteorologist of Local 3, David Carnes. He's also got his minister's license from 4 until 7 today. Dwayne Williams, the broadcast live for us, Mix 1041. And now, there is more news, by the way, mymix1041.com, or go figure it out. Now we have our friends from First Baptist Cleveland, because speaking of news, Pastor Jordan Easley, and friends, we don't know their names. We'll try to figure those out. No, this is a big Sunday, buddy. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. It is a big Sunday. It's exciting, man. A lot of fun things happening around these parts.
Well, talk about bearing the lead. Here's the deal, and I said this to you at the football stadium the other night at Walker Valley, and that is, excuse me, I got to get my show prep here from Beasley. You're going to preach 4 times on Sundays?
Nobody told me that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, how is this happening?
I have no idea.
I know.
You know what, dude? It is an honor. You know how it is. It's like when the Lord's blessing your church, you're willing to do whatever it takes. And our church is just doing what we have to do to make room for more people in our family. Man, the Lord's blessing us, and we've had 3 services for a long time. 3 services, and like on Sunday was a holiday weekend. 2 of those services were in overflow, and people were having to watch in our lobby on a screen. And we want to not only accommodate the people who are there, we want to make room for people who aren't there yet. So we're going to 4 services starting this week, but we're doing it not just for space. We're also doing it to give people an opportunity to worship in their heart language, and we can talk more about that if you want to as well.
And I tell you what are the times? I know the schedule has been adjusted a little bit. Is that right? Starting this Sunday?
Yeah, let me let Love and Good tell you about that, because he knows the schedule better than I do. They just put me up there and say go.
By the way, and I was going to ask you, is Chat GPT at all? Are you going to is it a hologram? I mean, are you going to be AI? Is that part of this?
That's a great idea.
That's what your Cowboys are doing this year. So
we haven't talked about it.
I didn't understand.
It'd be a good idea for them as well.
I didn't understand. I mean, people got you in the Super Bowl. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Amen.
Steve, you are really fired up today.
Jeff Lovingood.
Well, it is great to be here with you. Our service times are
8
o'clock. And that is more of a traditional style of worship service. A few hymns and...
would you like to sing one while you're here?
No, I do know. You go ahead. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10:15, and 11:30.
Okay.
And our the first service will be about 55 minutes, and then the other will be about an hour long. And like the pastor said, we're going to worship in our heart language. And a lot of people have their preference in worship style, so we have 3 different types of worship styles we're going to worship on Sunday mornings, and so it's going to be a great time. I told the pastor the first of the week, I texted him. I said to him, "Stay hydrated." And so,
what's this, training camp? What are we doing here?
No.
Stay
Yes,
hydrated.
Absolutely.
Does it look like Dak Prescott? I mean, what's going on?
I think when you preach 4 times,
I can't imagine.
You lose track of what you said, maybe the first or second or third service. But he's a lot smarter than I am, and don't you comment on that.
Oh.
And so, plus, not only that, we have 4 services here at our Cleveland campus, but our Spirit City campus in Ooltewah. Kelly Canals beside me on my left, and he's having 2 services. So, Kelly, you can talk about that.
But right before Kelly, because finally someone who knows what they're talking about. But here's the deal. 2 things I notice about you. Number 1, you have an NIL deal with Chick-fil-A. God bless you. God's chicken.
Yes,
it's
sir.
the sanctified chicken.
Yes, sir.
And then the second part is this. If you're telling me
yes, sir,
that I need to calm down,
yes, sir,
I'm switching to decaf this instant. Because of all people, for you to tell me to calm down, unbelievable.
The great Bradley,
I know. What are you going to say?
The great Bradley cheerleader who left here a while ago said you are not operating in the fruits of the Spirit.
She wouldn't know the fruits of the Spirit if I hit her in the head. I mean, what are you kidding me?
Bless her heart. I just realized that she was actually right today. And you need...
Oh, come on.
You're excited today, and there's nothing wrong with that.
How about Teddy Bryson, your colleague, having a birthday today? Make sure and take him something.
Teddy Bryson's one of the neatest guys, that long-time principal at Oak Grove.
Yeah, legend out there.
Great man.
I love him. Kelly Canals, my goodness. You and I have talked about this. I know Jordan and you and myself talked Friday night. But this is it. This is a huge Sunday for Ooltewah, isn't it? That whole area.
It really is. It's for all of us, honestly. It's like game day for us. And in a lot of ways, it's kind of the birth of a vision that's been long-standing for a lot of years in the church. That's, let's go and take church and Jesus to people, And I think that's been one of the great things about First Baptist for such a long time is it's never been a church that says, man, come and see. We're going to go. We're going to be involved in the community. And now our community is just expanding a little bit across the county line. And we'll be at Ooltewah Middle School this Sunday, our first Sunday. And we'll have 2 services at 9:30 and then another at 11. And we're not quite sure who's coming, how many are coming, but we're ready for it. And, man, we're really, really looking forward to some great days ahead.
You and I ran into each other at the town square last Friday, and look, no kidding, you were telling Larry and myself about just the preparation. I mean, you're not just going in there and setting up a microphone. You guys are, it's some intense work you folks are doing.
Absolutely. And we've got an unbelievable team of volunteers and leaders that we're converting a whole school into a church every Sunday and then flipping it right back Sunday night so that school walks in Monday morning and doesn't even realize we were there. And so we're going to be a good neighbor and friend to them. But you're exactly right. We're turning that whole school over to where parents can come in and get an A-plus experience for their preschooler, their elementary kids, have classrooms in there that don't look like a classroom that they would be sitting in school all day, but look like an elementary, a preschool room that's safe, that's fun, that's got toys and great leaders. And so, of course, all that takes a lot of setup, but it's going to be a fantastic experience, not just in the worship room, but for families.
And that, of course, in Ooltewah. How can people get more information, especially those folks down in the Ooltewah, East Ham area, that whole area, and anybody wants to check it out?
Absolutely. Of course, on our First Baptist website, but then our SpiritCity.com website is where all the details are for that. And, they both kind of go to the same place because it's one church in 2 locations, but SpiritCity.com is got, SpiritCityChurch.com is where we got all of our info for that Sunday and days ahead.
You look like a bouncer standing over there. What's the matter with you? Now I'm going to ask Beasley because he's got a name. You got a name for Bobby's rooster. Come on in and give it. That's really the headline of the hour. Bridget, will you let him share that?
Sure.
And I would not get close to him.
I want to double on
Stephen Beasley, ladies and gentlemen.
Cluck Norris. I thought you did a good job with that, but Mickey Mouse has a better one. It's called Boo Boo Chicken, and we have all these kids at my house, and we watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I saw 2 of them
yesterday at a local yogurt place.
Yeah, we eat a lot of ice cream at our house.
With your father.
Yogurt and everything else.
Boo
Boo Chicken. Just put
Who is it?
Boo Boo Chicken.
Bridget, write it down. Yeah. Boo Boo Chicken. We're stealing from Disney. That'll be.
Yeah, it's Mickey Mouse's chicken name.
I put a lot of faith in Jimmy Logan. I don't know about their lawyers versus him. Pastor Easley, the rooster.
Oh man, I have no idea. I mean, you can call it NASDAQ. You can call it you can call it recession.
Oh, come on!
Every time we talk to him, I feel like we lose money. So, I don't know. I mean, you can come up with all kinds of names.
That's pretty good.
But
NASDAQ, right? That one.
Yeah, that's a good rooster name, NASDAQ.
Come here, NASDAQ. Pastor, what does it mean to you? The expansion of Ooltewah, all of the different the whole deal. What does all this mean to you?
Man, it's the church growing, and here's what we're reminded of: we were not called to grow the church. Jesus said, "I will build my church." And so this whole journey's been a faith journey, man. We didn't have an agenda to start this whole thing off. We just put our yes on the table and said, Jesus, if you tell us to do something, we're going to do it. And this is the result of that. It's the culmination of a vision. So four services, I promise that was not my idea. That is not something that I woke up one day and said, man, I'd love to do this a fourth time on Sunday. But the Lord put that vision on our heart so we could include more people. And we're doing it. The campus in Ooltewah, I'm just telling you, it's going to be a huge thing. We had a block party last weekend. 700 people showed up from that community. Goodness. These guys cooked over 1,100 burgers and dogs. And I mean, it was just inflatables and kids everywhere. That community is hungry for hope. And it's great to just kind of be a hope dealer in that community. And so I'm excited to see what happens in Ooltewah. We have a great core team of people that are there already. But they're going to reach hundreds of people that we will never reach in Cleveland. So it's going to be a faith journey like none other.
So this Sunday is a huge Sunday in the life of First Baptist Cleveland. Is that right?
Big time.
And now the Spirit City Church.
Yeah. So the 4-service deal is going to be fun, because we've always, since I've been here, we've always done all of the music services are exactly the same. We might turn it up a little bit as the day goes on, but it's always the same. But this is the first time we're doing different styles and different hours. And so it's going to be fun to see who shows up to what hour. What hour are you coming to church?
Well, I was going to say, out of curiosity.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the last one? 2 o'clock? 2:30?
No, the last one's at 11:30.
11:30, and you're held to an hour. Is that right?
I'm not.
NFL season starts.
I'm not held to anything.
Excuse me?
But there is a kickoff it's 11:30 to 12:30.
Dr. Paul Kahn was here yesterday, and he said that in his psychology class, there's about 300 students, that he empowers one of the students every year to ring a bell when the time hits, no matter what he's doing.
You should do that.
I know.
You should be
what I was thinking.
You should be the bell guy in Ooltewah.
Pastor, it's interesting because at First Baptist Church Cleveland downtown, we used to have a bell, and there was a guy that was supposed to ring the bell every Sunday, and you know who it was?
Who?
Robert Maupin.
Oh, my buddy.
Pat Inslee would tell Robert Maupin to go ring the bell. And Robert Maupin would ring that bell. And you know what? In honor of Robert Maupin, Heartline, you need to do that.
I'll do it.
Ringing the bell in Ooltewah.
I'll see you there, Kelly.
So 8 o'clock in the morning, is that your service? Hymns of the faith?
Hymns of the faith.
Volumes down a little bit?
Yep,
no, that's great, man. I'm actually excited about it.
11:30.
I'm going to all the services. And so I'm kind of excited just to see the difference. But I'm kind of, I haven't experienced that in a long time. But we're going to do, when you think hymns and stuff, I want you to understand we're doing it with excellence. Like the musicians that we've got, the choir, it's going to be incredible.
I love him.
Then the two in the middle, 9 o'clock and 10:15. Remember, these are all 1-hour services. Those are kind of what we're experiencing right now. But instead of having one prime hour, now we've got two. Then at 11:30, we just told Beasley, turn the volume to 11. We're going to sing songs that were written yesterday, and it's going to be awesome. So,
all right, I'll see you at 8. No, I'm kidding. First Baptist Cleveland. Do we have the senator on the line, they tell me? Yeah, maybe check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Senator Hagerty.
I want Jeff to say hello. Actually, Lovingood introduced me to Senator Hagerty when he was running. I believe your son worked for him at
He
one
still
point.
does.
Still
he
does.
Works for Senator Hagerty.
While he's snapping football.
Riley, he snapped for the USFL, but he was still working for Senator Hagerty.
All right. So let's say, hey, Senator Hagerty, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you, Steve.
Senator, I know that you're in Washington, but I have with me in the studio a guy who wants to say hello to you. Jeff Lovingood would like to say hello to you, Jeff.
Oh.
Greetings, Senator. How are you doing today?
Listen, I'm doing great, Jeff. It's great to hear your voice. How is Riley?
He's doing great. I talked to him last night, and I just want to tell you thank you for all you're doing and how you're representing the great state of Tennessee in Washington and really around the world, and your stance and your love for the Lord and love for people of Tennessee. And thank you for your encouragement of my youngest son, Riley.
Well, Riley's done a great job for me and for our state and for our nation, and frankly, I've been so proud to see him advance his football career in his spare time, too. He may make it to the pros yet.
Well, we'll see. He'll keep practicing and keep working for you, and you have a great day. Be careful with Heartline today. He's a little amped up.
I got it. But I appreciate your pastoral care.
Hey, Senator, I'd also like to meet the pastor of First Baptist Cleveland. Pastor Jordan Easley is in our studio also. Pastor?
Hey, Senator Hagerty, good to see you, or good to hear your voice again. We actually did meet during the pandemic, remember? We shot that show together at our church.
That's right.
And that's where we originally connected. Yeah, it's great to hear your voice again. Love tracking what you're doing and how you're representing our state. Grateful for you, man.
Well, thank you, Pastor. I very much appreciate that. And listen, I appreciate all the prayers and the moral support. It makes a real difference. The challenges up here every day are enormous. The pressure that we're getting from outside our nation, from within our nation, is just unbelievable in terms of the desire to, quote, transform America and change our role in the world. And having the support of you, your prayers, and so many people in Tennessee strengthens me every day in this fight. So thank you.
Absolutely. You got a lot of people that love the Lord and love our state that are praying for you today. And so stay in the fight, my friend.
Much appreciated.
Senator Hagerty, I think Riley might have told you that I know you have a good relationship with Sisi, the president of Egypt, and we have a work there that we do in Egypt, in Alexandria, and in Cairo with an organization called TC Egypt, and it's a neat partnership we have with the country of Egypt.
Well, that's wonderful. I was just with President Sisi. The hand of the Lord has touched that nation in many ways over the years, as you know. It's got historic biblical consequence. And to be there, to be in that country is just amazing, as you well know. It touches all of us, particularly all of us who are believers.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, Senator, I want to go to a story that a lot of people are talking about, just get your take on it, and that is Senator Mitch McConnell. What can you say about his health situation, and what is he telling his colleagues about his health?
So I actually talked with him yesterday a couple of times on the floor of the Senate in a conference meeting that we had. He basically explained to all of us what he's been through. He's had a concussion. I think we all know that. And the recovery from a concussion is difficult. My oldest son had a pretty serious concussion, in athletics. Jeff Riley's probably had a few of them along the way. The older you get, I think the tougher it is to recover. The symptoms that he's been experiencing are not atypical of someone that is recovering from a concussion. That's what Senator McConnell explained to us yesterday. He also said that the letter that was put out by the Office of the Attending Physician, Dr. Monahan, said that wasn't Dr. Monahan's opinion. That was a compilation of the opinions of several experts that have tested him on multiple dimensions. And they've given him a clean bill of health. He's fine. He has not had anything like a stroke or that type of thing, which I think a number of people have been concerned about. And in every respect, I think that he's, got a clean bill of health, and I respect the medical opinion that has come out about this. Certainly, I don't wish him anything but good health.
We're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty, of course, of Tennessee, live from Washington this morning. And, government funding, here we are again. Looks like we're on the clock again. Just bring us up to date on that, if you would, Senator.
Well, the government funding timeline runs down to the end of this month. The Democrats have known this for a long time. And basically, if you think about it, President Biden refused to even negotiate with McCarthy on the debt ceiling. That put everything behind in terms of the normal appropriations process. They went for 74 days without even talking, over 100 days before they even sat down. All of that had the impact of compressing the amount of time that we have to get through the appropriations process. The net result is we're not going to be finished with it by the 30th of September. So the Biden administration is proposing what they call a continuing resolution. That's to keep government going, theoretically, to keep it going when they say a clean resolution, just at the current state. But something is buried in Biden's proposed legislation for this clean resolution, this clean continuing resolution, as they call it. What they're talking about is a supplemental package that includes something very, very dangerous. Buried deep in the ink, and they talk about it in terms of, quote, border management, a supplemental change for border management, some supplemental funds, but in it, they ask for the authority to basically change the way ICE functions. And I'm going to read the exact wording to you.
Okay.
It would say that all ICE funding can be redirected to quote, fund community-based residential facilities and to provide services and support to refugees, asylum seekers, or other migrants, including through contracts or through the award of grants or cooperative agreements to non-governmental organizations. These NGOs are basically the money laundering operations that they're using as travel agencies to move people into the country. What this allows, in effect, you step back from it, it gives them the authority to take all of ICE's budget, past, present, and future, and convert it from border protection to, quote, management, meaning the transportation of illegal immigrants into our nation. Instead of buying tickets to send them back to their home countries, and ICE has been charged historically with defending our borders and turning back illegal immigrants, what they're going to be charged with now under Biden, and this gives Biden the authority to do it, is to turn all of their funding inward toward America, and they can use all of that funding to force ICE to become essentially their own illegal migration travel agency into the United States of America. You should hear the mayor of New York City talking about this. It's just amazing to hear him say New York City is being lost right now. They're losing the city because of the flood of immigration. They say they can't handle it. The Biden administration doesn't care. And this will give them the authority to do it at an even more accelerated pace. It's just amazing.
And we're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty. Senator, what would you do? What are some thoughts that you have about this situation?
Well, the first thing on the immigration piece, we need to actually fund ICE to defend and protect and secure our borders. Joe Biden came in and on day one tore up President Trump's most effective border protection measure. That was called the Migrant Protection Protocol, the so-called Stay in Mexico policy. That required asylum seekers to stay in their home country or the next adjacent country. They can't come into America and file for asylum. They have to stay in Mexico or stay in another country and file there. That brought illegal immigration down to a trickle because the illegal immigrant team, the cartels that run it, figured out the process. As long as they can get people illegally into the United States of America, they don't have to show up to their immigration hearing. They just flood into America and stay here illegally. Biden tore that down. It had been working. Biden tore that down. He stopped building the wall. Trump was almost finished with it in many, many key areas. They just took it down and left holes. I've been down there several occasions. It's amazing. They've just put big gaps in the wall, wasted billions of dollars of money. And what they're doing is inviting people to come in. And now with this new change in ICE's protocol that they're proposing with this continuing resolution, the Biden administration is trying to slip in through the chaos of a government shutdown. They're trying to slip in a clause that allows them to completely flip, to completely transform ICE, to defund ICE, if you will, from its original objectives and turn ICE into a travel agency for illegal immigrants coming into the United States, to have them come in here and buy airplane tickets for illegal immigrants, to send them to New York, to send them to Cleveland or Chattanooga, to send them wherever they want to go with new clothes, with a fresh start, and it's all at the taxpayer's expense. It is shocking beyond compare.
Senator Bill Hagerty, Senator, of course, United States Senator from the Volunteer State, live from Washington. Senator, thank you very much for your time, sir.
Great to be with you, Steve, and you've got some very wonderful people in the room there with you today. Thanks to them.
Well, I originally met you as you're on your first campaign through Jeff Lovingood, and they're at First Baptist, did our first interview there, and yes, they are wonderful, wonderful people. They really are.
Well, Jeff and his family, Pastor Easley, they've all been just wonderful to me, and I couldn't appreciate our friendship being more, Steve. Thank you for being such a great patriot and for helping us get the word out. You know, the mainstream media is not covering this at all. They're just turning the other way, and we're seeing America transformed and destroyed by the policies of the Biden administration. It would be so easy to fix. We just need to go back to the policies that were in place 2.5 years ago.
Senator Bill Hagerty, Senator, we'll talk soon. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you, sir. All right, Senator Bill Hagerty with us live from Washington this morning at 8:28.
Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, 2334 Key Street, Cleveland. Call 423-339-8777.
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mix Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. It's year-end model closeout time at Don Ledford Chevrolet, and they are saying yes to low interest rates and bonus cash during Chevy Truck Month in September. That's at Don Ledford Cleveland on North Lee Highway and donledford.com. Crews are still working to clear up that accident on the interstate that we have been telling you about this morning. It's I-75 at southbound. The accident is on White Oak Mountain, and it's been moved off to the right-hand shoulder. 3 cars involved in that earlier this morning, and it's still causing delays back up to exit 20. So if you're traveling I-75 southbound, may want to consider an alternate route, or just be aware that you are going to be in traffic there from exit 20 all the way to White Oak Mountain on I-75 southbound. We appreciate the calls and texts this morning. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line 614-6499, or text us at that same number on the Selwa Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. This traffic report is brought to you by the Cleveland Family YMCA. The YMCA's after-school program is a safe place for children to play, learn, and grow when out of school. Find out more at ymcachattanooga.org.
All right, well, Bridget, what a morning.
Oh, yeah.
What a morning we have had. This is a wonderful opportunity to remind all of you, if you are, maybe you're just in tune, we have had a wild 90 minutes. We had a lot of guests in here with a lot of great, very, very good information about things that are happening right now. One of the most important things we heard, Bridget, was about probably about an hour and a half ago with Dr. Chris LeSar, Peripheral Artery Disease Month, Awareness Month, and he gave some tremendous information with the Vascular Institute, and I want everybody to be able to see that. So here's what you do. Later this morning, go back on mixtv.tv and catch up on what we've been doing here all morning. We've talked to Zandra. Normally, I wouldn't point you to anything she said,
yes.
But it's just so mean to me. It's unbelievable.
Good.
But no, Zandra and ATS The Bridge are doing the Lord's work. They really are, founded by Steve Wright and Wright Brothers Construction. I'm proud to be on that board of directors, and what they're doing, and as far as, overdoses, happening right here, folks, right here in Cleveland and Bradley County. I told you earlier, I had a dear, dear friend of mine call me crying last week, a businessman here. Most of you know him if I told you who he was. I believe it was a dear friend of theirs. Her son had taken a pill, didn't know it was laced with fentanyl, died at the age of 19. And like I said earlier, and get rid of your preconceived notions about who's doing this. That does not apply anymore. That does not apply anymore. So we have a battle, ATS The Bridge, having nothing to do with my involvement. That's not. But we got a great board. But beyond that, we've got a wonderful, wonderful amount, hundreds and hundreds of students who have bought in. You're going to see that if you go to the Bradley Walker Valley game tomorrow night, and you're going to have a wonderful just time there. You're not able to go, you can watch it, mixtv.tv tomorrow night. Zandra was in talking about that and a lot of other things. And then, of course, First Baptist, they go to a brand new schedule here in Cleveland this Sunday, 4 services. And, of course, starting the new Ottawa ministry, Spirit City Church. Of course, you just heard or saw Senator Bill Hagerty. It's been a very, very busy morning, and there's more to come. Sports around the corner.
Go to cleveland-nissan.com. Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Bender Realty is helping to keep the community thriving during this pandemic by offering no-contact online tools for buyers and sellers in the real estate market.
Especially in this day and time with COVID, it makes a lot of the buyers are not wanting to get out and walk into someone else's home, and even sellers may not want people in their home. We can actually do a virtual tour with our phones and send it to our clients.
Walk through a property without having to actually be there and see all the intricacies of the property and the things that they may or may not want.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty. 472-2173. Bender-Realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
Are you tired of paying high prices for your medications? With Direct Primary Care Associates pharmacy benefits, you can get free generic medications and the health care you need without breaking the bank. Say goodbye to expensive copays and deductibles, and hello to convenient and affordable health care. Get started with Direct Primary Care Associates pharmacy benefits today and start saving on your health care expenses. Visit our website to learn more. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable health care for all.
20 years later, we've grown in many ways, but never out of that same customer-first heart to serve. Doing the right thing simply because it's right will earn your business the right way every day, every year, offering permanent steel roofing and siding at competitive prices, keeping promises, staying on time for both deliveries and pickups, making things right when we come up short. Partners like you are the reason Best Buy.
Hey listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon. The voice of We the People. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
20 years later, we've grown in many ways, but never out of that same customer-first heart to serve. Doing the right thing simply because it's right will earn your business the right way every day, every year, offering permanent steel roofing and siding at competitive prices, keeping promises, staying on time for both deliveries and pickups, making things right when we come up short. Partners like you are the reason Best Buy Metals exists.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Come see us!
Only at Mermaid Mattress.
And just before weather, a quick update on traffic. That accident that we've been mentioning on the interstate, causing a delay there on the interstate. We also understand that the secondary roads are backed up as well. Just received a text here on our text line that South Lee Highway is backed up from the interstate to Collegedale. So be aware of that as you're trying to take that alternate route there from the interstate. For today and weather, we'll have partly cloudy skies, a high of 86 and a low of 64 tonight. For tomorrow, partly cloudy again, a high of 85 and a low of 64. Partly cloudy early in the day on Saturday, and then scattered thunderstorms during the afternoon with a high of 83. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 71 degrees. This weather forecast is brought to you by Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix, family-owned business serving Cleveland for over 40 years. Call them at 423-479-4541 or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
The summer sales event is on at Cleveland Ford, and the car business is back. Inventory's back, discounts are back, and interest rates are down. Cleveland Ford even has trade-in assistance cash available, so hurry to Cleveland Ford today, because now is the time to buy.
Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfasts bake goodness into your morning. Choose a biscuit with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or French toast tips. Any two, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
This is John Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway, and we will overpay for your old car today. High mileage, cosmetic issues, that's okay. Rusted, busted, can't be trusted, all trade-ins are welcome. Just bring us your old car as is. Don't even wash it. You'll be shocked of how much I'm willing to pay for your old car in any condition. Come see me, John Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee, where selling your car is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Peyton Southeastern is hiring. You have the potential to earn over $21 an hour with new progressive pay rates, a $2 night shift premium, plus you're eligible to earn a $5,000 stay bonus. Peyton's in Cleveland has open interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. and then from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
You know, Mermaid makes and sells the best mattresses made in America.
Only in America?
Well, I was trying to be humble, but really best in the whole world.
Oh, now it's the whole world.
Well, I'm not sure what the other planets are doing.
During our Labor Day sales event, compare our Mermaid mattresses to the best in the world. And we'll give you a free pillow just for coming in to try our mattresses.
Or upgrade any iCool or L&K set to an adjustable for free.
Only at Mermaid Mattress, Chattanooga's best of the best mattress store.
Or maybe the whole universe.
Elevate your siding projects with Cleveland Exteriors. Ascend fiberglass siding built with lasting beauty and low maintenance. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional siding. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at mayfielddairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Mix 1041 is celebrating 30 years of being on air. We are celebrating by giving away 30 prizes over 30 weeks. Presented by TVFCU Mortgage. Register today at mymix1041.com.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks. Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles. Perfectly.
Last night, 11-6. I'll be back at it tonight, 7:20 right here. Mix 1041, driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. At the U.S. Open, American Madison Keys advanced to the semifinals against Sabalenka. Number 1 ranked Carlos Alcaraz goes to the semis. He won late last night. Easily. He'll play Medvedev, who also advanced to the semifinals. As Carmen said, the 2023 NFL season kicks off tonight. The Detroit Lions at the Kansas City Chiefs, 8:20 NBC, and we have the primetime games, the Thursday and Monday night games on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. It'll be over there tonight, and the Mix app. Sunday Night Football on Mix 104.1. Lions, Chiefs, a lot of hype for the Lions.
A lot of hype for the Lions. You know, Dan Campbell has brought some excitement over there to that program and really changed the culture. But I'll tell you what, you know, sometimes teams get hyped up in the preseason and then they fall flat. I'm really high on this Lions team. They played really well the last several weeks. They've shored up the defense. And Jared Goff has gotten a second chance, right? So he was kind of a cast-off with the Rams. They brought in Stafford in that trade, and it felt like the Rams got the better end of that deal. But I'm telling you what, Jared Goff, under Dan Campbell's offense, I'm high on the Lions. Now, saying that, Steve, I'm still going to go with the Chiefs tonight and Patrick Mahomes.
All right, and finally in sports, we have the big, we're calling it yet another blockbuster Friday night tomorrow night. Bradley Central at Walker Valley, 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night, triple coverage. Talk 101.3 The Buzz, 99.1 FM. Also, mixtv.tv. And you go, if you download our app, Mix 1041 app from our website. If you don't have it, mymix1041.com. you'll be able to listen or watch. Bradley Carman, number 1 in the state. Now Walker Valley, number 9. What do you make of it?
It's going to be a great matchup. I mean, you talk about, hats off, of course, to Drew Akins. I was listening yesterday. I believe he was on the show. And first of all, hats off to what they did to raise money for pediatric cancer and the great work that they're doing with the Go Gold game. But then on the field, to get that win over Cleveland, it had been a couple of years since the Mustangs had beat the Blue Raiders. So congrats to Drew Akins' teams. They've had a lot of close calls over the last couple of years in these crosstown rivalries that haven't gone their way. So I was excited for them. And then Bradley Central, man, getting the big win over Maryville, number 1 in the state. I saw that highlight of Boo Carter, and he was bobbing and dancing like Barry Sanders out there. Yeah. And I mean, that kid can play, and Damon Floyd's done a great job because, it's one thing to have talent, but it's another thing to bring it all together. And Bradley has really come together. And I'll tell you what, they're a team to watch out for. I expect them to make a deep run when we get to playoff time. But, it should be a great crosstown rivalry. I love listening and watching the games here on Mix 104 and Mix TV. You guys do a great job. And there are 3 really good high school football programs right in our town, and that's exciting.
And then, absolutely, Cleveland will be at Knoxville Farragut tomorrow night. Kickoff 7 o'clock here, Mix 104.1 and the Mix app. Hardy's Friday Night Blitz, 20th anniversary season after the games. And then you can get your tickets early, and I would highly recommend that for the Bradley at Walker Valley game tomorrow night. Tickets at the Town Squire, your high school football ticket hub for 46 years, Monogram Market, and Gobbles Automotive. Well, let's talk Lee University athletics. What's the latest?
Well, Steve, we are rocking and rolling with our fall sports. Let's start with volleyball. They're off to a 3-1 start. They got a 3-0 win over Tuskegee last night at Walker Arena. And so Krista Fobb is off to a great start. She was an All-American player under Coach Andrea Hudson from 2008 to 2011. This is her first year as our head coach, and she's already really turning that program around. She's brought in a couple of new players mixed in with some of our veteran players and just getting the job done. So congratulations to her. They're off to a good start, 3-1 on the year. Women's soccer, they're number 19 in the nation under Coach Chris Hennessy. They're 1-0-1. Steve, can I talk about last night's game for just a second?
Go ahead.
So if Chris Hennessy's listening, I was going to bring him on the show today, and I thought he might need a few moments to cool off. So we were up 1-0 against a good North Georgia team, and they tied the game with 0.9 seconds left on the clock. And that is you see buzzer beaters in basketball. You don't see them in soccer very often. And so I know that was a tough draw. It ended up being a tie. But Coach Chris Hennessy has done another fantastic job with this team. They beat Carson Newman, a very good Carson Newman team, 3-0 in Jefferson City on Saturday. So this team is really good. Tough draw. Wow. You felt like you had the game won there, of course. But they're number 19 in the country. Then we switch over to the men's side. How about this, Steve? Under Coach Derek Pottinger, the men are now ranked number 23 in the nation. They're off to a 3-0 start, and they won 3-0 at North Greenville yesterday. And Eamon McLaughlin, he is from Northern Ireland. I did an interview with him after Thursday's game. I just love to hear this kid talk.
I love that.
But he had a hat trick last Thursday, 3 goals, and was named the National Player of the Week in Division II.
Wow.
So he was the best player of the week in Division II. So hats off to Eamon McLaughlin. He's a fantastic player. And then we got to talk about cross country, of course, under Caleb Morgan, local kid. Men's cross country, number 1 in the region, number 12 nationally. Women's cross country, number 1 in the South region, number 8 nationally. And Aria Hawkins was the GSC runner of the week. Steve, they went up to Knoxville last Friday and finished second behind UT. So they beat a bunch of Division I schools up there and finished just below UT at their home event up there in Knoxville. And so, really exciting for our student athletes to go up there and compete against the very best and to compete at a high level. And Coach Caleb Morgan continues to do a great job with that program. And I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, Steve, but we've had world-class runners. We've had national record holders in Division II runners, and Christian Noble, national champions, and Celine Ritter. And Coach Caleb Morgan tells me these are his deepest teams that he has had.
Really?
So from top to bottom, so it's going to be an exciting season for cross country. And then women's and men's golf, they haven't officially teed it up yet, but preseason women's golf ranked number 11 in the country, Steve, and men's golf ranked number 5. So you have a 3-1 volleyball team, and then the rest of the teams are ranked nationally in the top 25. And so we're off to another great start with Lee Athletics. Make sure to stay connected with us at Lee U Flames on social media, leeuflames.com. And Steve, next Tuesday, I wanted to come on here. This is a big announcement.
Please.
Next Tuesday, we will be launching a Lee Athletics brand new mobile app.
Oh, great.
It's a one-stop shop for highlights, social media, schedule, live stats, live radio during basketball season. It'll connect to Mix 104, our broadcast there. Live stream, you can follow the stats, you can follow your favorite players and teams, and it's going to be a one-stop shop for Lee Athletics. So we're going to roll it out on Tuesday, September 12th, and so make sure to follow us at Lee U Flames and leeuflames.com. You'll get all the updates, but you'll download it from the App Store. It's a free app, and we're really excited about launching that out.
Man, that is exciting. Carmen Lastoria, Assistant Athletic Director, Lee University. Carmen, thanks so much. Great to see you.
Hey, thanks, Steve. And I just want to say one more thing. Many people have been asking, and many people care. Our former athletic director who just retired, Coach Larry Carpenter, many people know he's in a pretty big health battle right now. So keep him in your prayers. It really motivates, inspires him when he hears from people and knows that people are praying. He's a man of God, an incredible leader, and just such a mainstay in this community and at Lee Athletics. His fingerprints are all over the success that we've had at Lee Athletics. But more than that, he's just a wonderful man, husband, father, and leader. And so continue to keep Coach Larry Carpenter in your prayers.
It is absolutely one of the best people I've ever known is Coach Carpenter. Has done an awful lot in this community, and we are praying for him and Sherry and the entire family. And Carmen, thank you for mentioning it. I would call on this audience to pray for Coach Larry Carpenter. All right, we're going to pause right here and come back with more in just a moment.
Looking for the dealer who's going to give you more.
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
Breathe. There is a place where strength, play, community, and belonging meet, where all are welcome, with membership solutions for everyone, regardless of ability to pay. Join the Y now through September 30th and pay no joining fee. The Y, the place for all.
A name and brand that you can trust. Wholesale Supply has been serving the Southeast for over 75 years. Whether you need plumbing, electrical, or HVAC supplies, Wholesale Supply can provide you with the products that you need to complete any job, big or small. Supplying brands such as Kohler, Delta, Rinnai, Progress Lighting, and so many more. With 32 locations across the Southeast, Wholesale Supply is your hometown plumbing, electrical, and HVAC supplier. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us. And remember, Wholesale Supply is open Monday through Friday and open to the public.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Goodyear brand tires in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
Attention shoppers, learn more about our Picky Promise.
This produce looks amazing, and it smells so fresh. Food City is as picky about produce as I am, and that's hard to do. But they make it look easy with their Picky Promise. If it's ever not fresh, they'll replace it.
That's cool. And I thought their helpful certified butchers were the coolest thing about this place.
It's all here!
Nobody does food like Food City.
At some point in your life, you may be faced with a legal challenge, whether it be a personal injury, business dispute, or family matter. Our goal is to overcome your legal obstacles and get your life back on track.
If you or a loved one have been injured or have legal issues confronting you and your family, talk with someone on our team. We will investigate your problem to determine the facts and the law. Working together, we can develop a plan to obtain the result you deserve.
My dad says our new Linux system saves energy.
Well, saving energy means saving money.
A lot of money?
Yep.
Time for a raise in my allowance.
Savings year after year.
A big raise.
Call today for perfect air you can feel in your home and savings you can feel in your wallet.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Call Dale's Heating and Air today.
Mix 1041 and MixTV.tv. Right now, we're joined by our friends from Allon Planning Partners. We have Jay Hagee in the studio now, and also Tanner Horstmeyer. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Doing wonderful. How are you today?
Great to see you both. So
Absolutely.
I know we're going to talk about retirement planning today, and one of the things I hear you guys say is, you know, you've worked hard for your money. Allon Planning Partners can help you protect and grow that money. So if you will, tell us about some of the things that current retirees often say that they wish they had known when they were planning for their retirement.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, how many times have you heard woulda, shoulda, coulda? You know, there's a lot of times when we're doing things that we look back and, man, I wish I only knew now or then what I know now. Yeah. Because experience brings us some of the best lessons sometimes. But if we're willing to listen to wisdom, you know, we don't have to experience all the negativity all the time. So, you know, there are a few things that I hear constantly as I'm helping folks with their retirement plans, especially those that are already retired. And some of those, I wish I would have started my transition plan earlier.
Yeah.
I wish I would have looked at what my accounts were actually doing earlier, right? Like I wish I would have paid more attention and not just threw money under the mattress or whatnot, but make sure I was allocated correctly. I wish I'd gotten help with high-level strategies sooner, meaning not just in investment management, but with tax planning, because how many knows we all like to pay Uncle Sam just what he's due and nothing more, right? So tax planning, estate planning, things that are high-level planning strategies, I hear that often because most folks, when they come in and chat with us, they realize we do comprehensive planning, meaning that we take a look under the hood at more than just your investments, but we want to help with tax planning and income planning and estate planning and healthcare planning with Medicare, that we take a look at all of the strategies that we have available across the board. And so a lot of times I hear, man, I wish I would have done this 20 years ago or 10 years ago. And that's why even to our younger listeners today, we want to encourage you, don't wait, you know, for 20 years or 30 years before you start worrying about it if you're not that close to retirement. But look at your situation today and let us or someone like us, a fiduciary, help you make those steps towards a better retirement plan.
Yeah, there's such a value in having these conversations from the forefront, right? Which is why we do focus and specialize in comprehensive planning, because we see it a lot of times where people come to us and they're like, I wish I would have had, and they've already got an advisor per se, but they already have a situation where they wish that they would have had these conversations 10, 15, 20 years ago. And we go ahead and have those conversations in the very beginning so that they're well positioned, that they're well planned as a holistic nature, so that we can cut out that, oh, I wish we would have had this 20 years ago, right? We do it from the beginning. So I think that absolutely getting started immediately and as soon as you possibly can is definitely going to serve you well over the course of time.
And so I see a real challenge for folks in all of us. We can sometimes not accept that we have blind spots. And there's blind spots in things that, like our finances, like that we help with, right? But that's why you come in for, even if you've already got someone that's giving you financial advice, right? Do you have a comprehensive plan? Because whether you are 30 or whether you're 70, we work, or 80. You know, our oldest client is 96 this year. So it's never too late to continue learning and continue looking and say, hey, do I have blind spots in my plan anywhere? Do I have a great income plan? Am I taking from the right buckets at the right time? Do I have a good allocation strategy? Am I positioned well for this crazy economic environment that we find ourselves in? So no matter where you're at on that scale, 20 to 90 today, and you're listening, it's a good time to get a checkup on those blind spots. And you don't have to say, I wish I would have known, or man, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, but you can actually know those things by scheduling an appointment with us and letting us look through your situation and see how we can uncover some blind spots that would put you on a path to better success.
All right. Again, we're talking with Jay Hagee and also Tanner Horsemeyer with Allon Planning Partners. Again, their number 423-315-1441. So, Jay, I know you guys love sitting down with people and talking through situations
Absolutely.
with them and just going step by step with them.
Absolutely. And so Tanner can kind of give you our process.
Yeah. So when we meet with folks, really the nature is getting a overview, like a complete overview of their situation. Not just their situation at that, though, because we need to know what their goals are, what their needs are, but also what their wants are, right? This journey is supposed to be enjoyable. And so we build it holistically so that you can reach financial security, because that's number one. We need your funds to last for the length and the course of your lifetime, but also for you to enjoy certain things along the way. And so we go through a process of a roadmap of understanding the nuance to your situation. And then as we are building out a plan, again, what Jay referred to before, the plan is really the 5 components of looking at your investments, building out an income plan, looking at your estate planning needs, the tax planning needs, right? Like keeping more money in your pocket, just even the term of taxes is obviously extremely valuable. And then last but not least, like a healthcare plan, everybody's going to need components of that. And also, making sure that you can maximize each of those strategies is going to serve you really well, and keeping more money in your pocket and also allow you to enjoy your retirement that you've worked so hard to enjoy.
And we take a very customized approach. We don't have a cookie cutter situation for every person that walks in the door. Here's the set of mutual funds we're going to offer. Here's the set of whatever we're looking at. But we want to take an in-depth look at your situation, like Tanner said, and make sure that you have a customized approach to financial planning. Because if you do not have a customized approach, if it's just based on an arbitrary conservative or aggressive risk tolerance or something like that, it's not good enough. It won't stand up and last the test of time. So we want to take a customized approach, understand your situation, your needs, your assets, your desires, where we're trying to get to with the buckets that you have available to you, and create a plan to get you there most efficiently and effectively. So we want to help, and that's what we ask folks to do. You can go to our website, which is allonplanning.com. That's ALLON planning.com, or call us at 423-315-1441. That's 423-315-1441, and we would love to connect with you and have one of our fiduciary advisors help guide a customized financial plan for you.
That's Jay Hagee and Tanner Horsemeyer with Allon Planning Partners. Thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Investment advisory services are offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The content provided is intended for informational and educational purposes only. The views, statements, and opinions expressed herein are those of the individual speakers and not necessarily those of Foundations and its affiliates. The information contained herein does not constitute an offer to sell any securities or represent an express or implied opinion or endorsement of any specific investment opportunity, offering, or issuer. Any discussion of performance or returns is not indicative of future results. Each individual investor's situation is different, and any ideas provided may not be appropriate for your particular circumstances. Foundations only transacts business in states where it is properly registered or is excluded or exempted from registration requirements. Registration as an investment advisor is not an endorsement of the firm by securities regulators and does not mean the advisor has achieved a specific level of skill or ability. No legal or tax advice is provided. Always consult with a tax professional. All rights reserved.